Hello, welcome to MineTrekUpdateMarch. I'm currently sitting outside of the Steam Runner, a Shadow Viper project, and after many months, it looks like preliminary work on her is pretty much done, including many of the rooms, or if not all the rooms, have been filled in, and a lot of details been added to the build by Shadow Viper, and a whole host of other contributors. But yeah, she's all buttoned up. It was a bit of a pain today. I was working on it earlier and noticed that there was some Wii issues, what's World Edit issues, and yeah, it was rather head against keyboard for many hours trying to sort it out. But M. Heller came on and we talked for a bit, and he gave me some pointers, and basically it is, well, you'll get it sorted, and we did. So pretty excited, but yeah, it looks good. It's a good build. Happy that it's moved to the semi-completed list, pending final sweep and detail work, and of course Shadow Viper has the final say, and you know hopefully he'll be on sooner or later and be able to work on it and get her all finished up. It's slightly smaller than a standard Shadow or a standard Steam Runner, but that's just because of the conversion from a 3D model to a Minecraft environment. It's not that much smaller. There are plans, the strategic design plans came out after Shadow started this build, but to be honest with you, I like the Shadow plans much better. I think they're a lot more original, and they have far more styling and design to them than the SD plans. But eventually somebody will probably make a Steam Runner class based off of the strategic design plans, but I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future. But it features the iPanic phaser array system. This was a lot of work. I did this one. I was down here for a good hour or two one day. Everybody was gabbing away and we were all working with Shadow and got that phaser array in there. There's still some errant blocks here and there that'll get cleaned up. It's like I said, she's semi-completed, But yeah, looking pretty hot. Lots and lots of details in this build. I mean, Shadow and all the people that worked on it, including myself, we really kind of put a lot of work into it. So you get onto the server, come by it and tour. Use the Dynamap. You'll be able to find her on the Dynamap. So, and a quick update on the Renegade, or the New Orleans class. Don't remember if I covered this in a previous video or not, but a lot of work's been done on her as well. I've gone through and cleaned up the hull. I got to admit, I am so much happier with the way this hull looks. I am very pleased with the fact that I decided to go through and clean that up. Also went inside and did a lot of detail work on the interior. I didn't change many of the corridor appearance. Like I said, I'll leave those the way I call them enterprise standard, which is ender block, glowstone ender block. But I did, for the most part, I went out and I changed all the exterior points away from the gray outline windows to just stone windows, and did some minor tweaks. There's still a lot of work inside I want to do and updating and stuff. There's still some other details on the hull I need to work, but overall, I got the bottom part of the saucer done. It's a little funky, but this is a New Orleans class, so funky's part of the game. And we only see this thing for a few seconds, and it's like I said, on a view screen, and it's blown to bits. So you win some, you lose some, and I love this design. I always have. Granted, it's a kit bash in the worst kind of way with airplane wings and stuff, but overall, it's a mini little Enterprise D, and it was just a fun hull to work on and work with. And yeah, it reminded me a little bit of when I started working on the C build, the Probert version. So it kind of helped me with that. And some things I added a aft dual torpedo launcher, And I went through and I moved some things, and I added some more details in the engineering department, including well, I fixed these up. I haven't done these escape pods yet because I'm working my way down, but I did the aft phasers. I still have to do the phasers on the wings. They haven't been updated yet. No, sir. But I did add antimatter ejection pod ports so I can eject the antimatters pods. Did some work on the TOS. Did some more hull work on her as well. I did in the light fixtures, so you have those. I believe the front ones have to be a little bit narrower, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's, you know, it's Minecraft. I did mirror the nacelle. I think I mentioned that we were planning on doing that. I got it done. I haven't been inside of her yet or inside of one of the nacelles yet to work on it, but I did finish off some of the detail work on it. Also added the decal stripings and better placement for a few of the windows. So got that done. Also did some work on the deflector dish area and put some underhull details on her. And did some revision work in the underside of the saucer on the interior spaces so that it more or less is in line with the TOS strategic design plans. Also changed this. Looks like somebody's been over here playing with it, but it's now a yellow airlock. But that pretty much is on par for being on topic. Somebody playing with stuff on the MineTrek server. Go figure. On the Enterprise D, we did some work on it. Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you. Maybe 9 months to a year ago, we were working on the secondary hull. It was all split up in pieces, and we were filling out the quarters and stuff. And myself, Blue Goblin, I believe it is, and Loki did a lot of work in the secondary hull, and we did some what we call prelim work for the quarters. Basically, we want to make sure all the quarters were uniform, and you know, ooh, getting some lag there. I benchmarked my 660 with the Heaven benchmark. It's a pretty nice benchmarking tool. It's free. You should check it out if you haven't. It's actually a very nice benchmarking tool, and I got a 1300 for running on high settings and everything. So it's definitely not a performance issue with my video card. So it's definitely an MC issue. Well, anyways, back on topic here. The quarters, some of them are filled out, some of them were just kind of mocked up, you know, just basic stuff. Hey, this is, you know, this is definitely a quarters, and they were always meant to be completed. And since the ship is so huge, these quarters up here are the ones I worked on. These upper ones. Now the lower ones I don't know anything about, so I haven't been down here to look at these. But the upper ones, they're only, you know, temporary, just temporary furnishings on the inside. And I thought for the most part they were all done and approved and looking good, and everybody was happy with them. But Inhaler found a few, maybe more than a few, because there's so many of them that weren't, well, let's just say they're less than stellar. And it's really discouraging because, of course, you know, it's all buttoned up now. So I'm going to go back through here deck by deck and make sure all the quarters are all filled in and you know, looking a hell of a lot better than they should be looking. The ones that are pretty much good looking I'm going to leave alone, but the ones that are kind of sparse and barren and kind of ick are going to get fixed. But yeah, the D's coming along quite nicely. Im's been up there and up in the primary hall working away, and it's a lot of work, but it's, you know, it's slow going, but it's the D. She's really big, and she's had a lot of people working on her and stuff, so in recent months to a year, and a lot of the stuff's got to be updated. I mean, originally the D was done alpha. I think version 1 was alpha, completely pre-alpha, and then version 2 was beta release or pre-release, and so we're working on version 3 now. And part of doing version 3 is getting version 2 to a you know, a decent state. as a guide for version 3, so we know, hey, oh yeah, this worked out well in this area, this doesn't work out so well in this area. Things like this have to be filled in. These are, I believe, interlocks for the saucer separation and stuff, and yeah, a lot of detail for such a big ship. And I tell you what, I was looking at the Enterprise J earlier, and I couldn't even, because that Enterprise J is like 10 times the size of the D. I don't really like the design of it. I think it's hideous, but if that ship were to ever be built, it would take a team of 100 years to do it. In my honest opinion, you just couldn't do it. There's just no way. Your quarters would have to be like 5 wide. Your Jeffries tubes would have to be 3 wide. You know, your turbo lift system would have to be, you know, like, you know, everybody had their own personal turbo lift to their own quarters, kind of a thing. But yeah, with the D, there's a lot of issues, and you're looking at one of the issues, because normally it should just be one straight line, but since the D was made, like I said, using the tools of the time, a lot of these things, if I can stop moving around, weren't properly lined up between decks. So that's a lot of the issues we were running into, is trying to figure out how to work around the little setbacks and things like that. So, and people didn't follow the blueprints on some things, so you know, like this corridor would be over here instead of where it's supposed to be, or it'll have a turbo lift going all the way out to the middle of this corridor where it's only supposed to go to this point, and you know, just oddball stuff like that. And then we got these big rooms like this. Yeah. See, when a crew member's really bad, Picard gives them one of those old push mower things, you know, the mechanical mowers that didn't have engines, just had these like 13 razor blade things on them that you had to sharpen every 15 feet. Go mow the lawn. The nice thing about it is this room is in almost complete darkness, so there really is no lawn. It's all dirt. See, it's already dying off. Everybody's got grass in here, it's getting daylight. But yeah. Yeah, Patchy did Patchy Patch, one of the guys that originally did the grotto work on this ship. If I can remember where the grotto is, I thought it was on this level. It could be down a couple more or up a couple. I don't remember. No, it should be down, because I think it's in part of the separation part of the ship. Nope, it's up. We got to go up. Anyways, the grotto work is may help if I slow down a little bit. The grotto work on this was just amazing. And he went back through because somebody said it looked silly. I don't know who would say such a stupid thing, because it looked really nice. Anyways, they kind of insulted him, and so he came back and fixed it. And you know, I gotta say, I mean, the guy's got a lot of talent. If you just want to check out the grotto, that's another just excuse to look at the D's. Just come behold this grotto. Check out this grotto. I mean, you can just imagine what it looks like when the decks are together, but wow. Every time I see Patchy's work, I'm in just absolute awe of the guy's talent. The guy is just amazing when it comes to this kind of internal detailing. I mean, just wow. This is, if you're going to build a mall, build an interior space of a mall that looks like this. Well, of course, you'd have to have security guards all around it, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry hoodlum would be in there going, trying to mug everybody around every corner. Hey, I found a hiding spot, you know, Tweakerville. But yeah, he did a really nice job here. Just looks really nice. But anyways, that's just a quick update of what's going on the MineTrek.net server. I've had some issues with my single player world, where I call it MineTrek Down, which is just me playing on single player, trying to build a starship. The world kind of got corrupted on one of the updates, Resident Rise updates. The train got corrupted, and I haven't been able to recover it. So I got up to episode 17 done, but I haven't uploaded them because I've been rather disgusted with what happened. Because that'd be like the third time I've tried to do it, and you know, well, with updates, you have to have the updates. You know, or the mod software won't work correctly. And well, guess what? It caused a corruption error. I haven't sorted it out yet. I may not be able to. I'm hopeful that I can, but I mean, I got quite a ways on it, and I'd hate to have to start over again. But anywho, This is a quick update of what's going on the MineTrek server. Of course, there's a lot more going on. Work on the Saber and some other projects that other folks are working on, and there are a few people that are absent without leave, or just MIA general, who start projects and haven't come back to work on them in months. I'm pretty sure those projects are probably going to get dumped from the server real soon. So if they're watching these videos, you might want to make an appearance sooner rather than later. Hopefully sooner. So, because all the half-hearted starts that are never finished, it just makes it a lot harder on everybody else because they come on the server and that's all we're getting ragged on is all these kids going, how come these aren't finished? Well, you know, finish it. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and y'all have a nice night.